filtration. What have we got and how do we use it?
What we have, Rob, is we have a range from 20mm through to 50mm, or 3/4 through to 2-inch. And essentially their purpose, when you think about it, is to remove particulate matter. And depending on what you've actually got in your water, they can be very, very effective at doing that.
We're looking at things like silt.
Absolutely. Where, for instance, you're coming out of a waterway, maybe a canal or a water race, and you're wanting to run that water into micro sprinklers or drip line or something like that, then you need to provide some degree of protection to that system.
So there's more than one type?
Yeah, it's more than one type. We have, first of all, simple screen filters, which are as obvious as you see. Effectively, the water comes onto the inside of the screen and it blows through the screen, and effectively any material that's small gets captured onto that screen surface. And then it's just a matter of flushing that, or in fact taking the element out and giving it a wash and putting it back in.
And what about the other one, the blue one?
This is a system of rings. It's a ring filter. So essentially what you have here is a whole series of grooves on the surface of this piece of polypropylene. And effectively when you take another ring in the stack, they produce essentially a labyrinth for the water to pass through. So they're actually going from the outside to the inside and then flowing to downstream.
So it's the opposite to the first one?
It's the opposite direction to the first one. And when you look at the body, you can actually see on here that this is the direction of flow for disc, and this is the direction of flow for screen. So it's actually passing in a different direction through the filter. And then we have them in two sizes. So this one is 100 micron, or 0.1 of a millimetre. So we're talking very fine particles. Obviously everything bigger than that will also be captured. And this one here is 120 micron, so even finer. So much smaller particles are captured by this one. And effectively it's about making sure that all of those systems continue to function out in the field.
How often do you need to clean them? I suppose that depends on the water supply.
It really depends on the water quality that you actually have in the water supply. So where it's bore water, for instance, on the Canterbury Plains here, the quality is reasonably good with big particles of sand perhaps. In that situation, actually it won't block very quickly. In situations where it's pulling out of a water race or a pond, it's going to fill up much faster.
So where in the line between the water supply and the nozzle would you put one of these?
It fits on the pressure side of the pumping system, or whatever you've got to add energy to the system. And effectively these can take up to 10 bar pressure. So that's roughly 140 psi, something like that. So they're very, very heavy glass reinforced nylon bodies, very, very tough.
And dead easy to get in there to blow it out though?
Absolutely, yeah. It's just a matter of undoing the captured nut here and actually removing the body. So it is a little bit about preparation, because you need to isolate this to be able to do it. So valves on each side very likely. And then you've got pressure ports at the top here where you can actually determine whether in fact you've got a pressure loss across the unit.
So it basically lets you know when you really should be cleaning it.
Yeah, when it's clean, obviously the loss of pressure across the device for a given flow will be quite low. And as it becomes more and more blocked, that pressure difference will increase. So that then says, oh, time to clean it.